Hello guys, it is Collette again. Sam and I today are doing a bookshelf tag video. I am currently by myself. It'll switch over to Sam probably in a few seconds. But we are both equally doing the bookshelf tag because we both have very different bookshelves. So yeah, we're gonna get started with the questions. She's sitting here and she's gonna ask me them.
Hello.
Hello.
Can't see me.
Her hand's right there. There it is. Anyways, welcome to Introverted Reading. Hit the subscribe button down below and we're just gonna get started with this video.
Describe your bookshelf.
So my bookshelf came from a place called Bear Wood, which is in Florida, and basically what they do is you take a piece of furniture that has not been painted, has no finish, but they built it. My dad put the finish on it, and what I did, I painted it, wanted it gray because I wanted the colors of the books to pop because it will blend in with my wall and the books will pop. And I also put lights on it and it's very pretty.
How is your bookshelf organized?
My bookshelf is organized by genre and within that author. So my first shelf is full on, it's my Sarah J. Maas shelf. It is dedicated to her.
It's her pride and joy.
It is my pride and joy. The next two are fantasy. The two that you can't see are teen fiction and then dystopian / trilogies. So I have a good couple of trilogies that I like to put in here. I also have a second bookshelf, technically 3 over there, that are just like miscellaneous, as well as a couple favorites. So
What is the longest book you have on your bookshelf?
the longest book that I have on my bookshelf is Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. All 991 pages in all. I think it's something like that. It doesn't look like it's that thick, but it has Bible thin pages in it, so this beauty.
What is the shortest book you have on your bookshelf?
Probably one of the first books of The Sisters Grimm by Michael Buckley. This is a middle grade series. Highly recommend. Also fantasy, so.
What is a book that you got for your birthday?
My paperbacks of my Throne of Glass series, which are the only of them that I have. I got Heir of Fire, Queen of Shadows, and Empire of Storms for my birthday. I literally asked my friends, I was like, you get this one for me, you get this one for me, and you get that one for me. So yeah.
A book from a friend.
Sam got me these 2 tiny books, tiny versions of the Throne of Glass series. Each one also highlights a specific character. So this one highlights Selena, and I believe this one highlights Rowan. This one it says celebrates a character. She also got me for my birthday the British edition of the first book. I have 4 versions of the Throne of Glass. I also have the special edition, which I also got for my birthday, as well as the special edition of A Court of Thorns and Roses. We love Sarah J. Maas.
What is the most expensive book on your bookshelf?
That's gonna be, you can't see it, A Complete Tales of Beatrix Potter, which is from Barnes & Noble. It is their complete collection. It is illustrated. It has a beautiful map in it. This bad boy was expensive, that I also got for my birthday.
What is the last book you read?
I just finished rereading Empire of Thorns for the millionth time. I'm currently rereading the entire series from start to finish for the first time since I read the series for the first time, so.
What is a book series that you have the entire series of?
Throne of Glass, A Court of Thorns and Roses, Sisters Grimm, Lunar Chronicles, Harry Potter, Mortal Instruments, and so on. I have a good lot.
What is your newest edition?
I just got this in the mail. I ordered it because Bookstagram, I have a Bookstagram, you can follow it down below. But Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson, which I can't wait to read, so yeah.
What is the oldest book on your bookshelf?
That would probably be my entire Harry Potter collection. Probably the first Harry Potter. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone is most likely my first book. It is actually paperback and it is first edition because my mom bought all of the books from when they first came out. It's also really beat up.
What is the most precious book on your bookshelf?
Yeah. My most precious book on my bookshelf is my signed collector's edition of Fangirl. That's Sam got me, so I will never let anyone touch this. It is my pride and joy.
What is your most beat up book?
Would be my To Kill a Mockingbird. It's
Been through a moment.
It's been through a moment. We read this in 8th grade, and it's got sticky notes still in it. I have written things on said sticky notes. The spine is just, look at the spine. It is very, very beat up.
What is your most pristine book?
Probably one of the newer books I got. Probably Renegades by Marissa Meyer. I have not read this yet, and it's brand new. It's very pristine.
Which book doesn't belong to you?
All of my Harry Potters, they are my mother's, I stole them.
A book in your favorite color?
The spine of Eliza and Her Monsters is this very pretty green color, or Fangirl, which is a nice teal, but this one. This cover is just beautiful in itself, so this cover is my favorite color.
Which book has been on your shelf the longest?
First book on my shelf when I started collecting books is this copy of The Maze Runner that I don't remember actually where it came from. And it's also the movie cover, and I really hate it. So, yeah.
The first book you read?
Most likely The Sisters Grimm, which I already discussed.
And do you have any signed books?
I do. Sam got this one for me. It's the signed as Fangirl. From Rainbow Rowell. Look, look, look. Look, everybody. She wrote my name. And it has an exclamation point next to it.
Yes.
Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye. Woo!
I'm gonna learn the English language. It's my new goal. And hey, it's Sam. I'm here to do my half of the bookshelf tag. As Collette did, I got Collette in the wings, helping me out.
I'm sitting down now.
And this is my bookshelf of bookshelves. There are too many books, there's not enough space, and I'm ready to go.
Number 1, describe your bookshelf. Where is it from and stuff?
My bookshelf was actually a Christmas gift for me a couple years ago from my grandparents. It's got the 4 shelves, it is 2 drawers down below, and it's actually never going to leave this room because we actually almost broke it trying to get it in my room. It is too tall, it doesn't fit through the doors, and it doesn't fit around corners. So it is now a permanent fixture of this room.
How is it organized?
My bookshelf currently is organized alphabetically by author's last name. It's a new system I'm trying, so I'm not sure about it quite yet. But right now it's just organized by last name of authors, and that's kind of it.
Longest book on your bookshelf?
The longest books I have are The Complete Tales of Sherlock Holmes. This is all 4 novels, it's all 56 short stories, and they're all annotated. This was given to me by my grandfather, who read them first, and all of them are annotated to see if the Sherlock Holmes stories could have actually taken place, and if they did take place, when and where they plausibly could have happened.
Shortest book on your shelf?
The shortest book on my shelf is Good Morning, Good Night by Lin-Manuel Miranda and illustrated by Johnny Sun. It's not the smallest book, but every page takes up like half a page and then it's half illustration. So I would definitely say this is my shortest book, since this is just a collection of Lin-Manuel Miranda's tweets.
Book you received for your birthday?
I received this copy of The Perks of Being a Wallflower for my birthday a couple of years ago while I was in high school. My friend got me this because, as you will see later, my original copy of The Perks of Being a Wallflower kind of looks like I've thrown it at a wall and burned it. So she got me this nice, new, pristine, very lovable form of Perks.
A book you received from a friend?
Okay, my favorite book I received from a friend, I've received a lot. Colette's given me a collection of Edgar Allan Poe stories, and while I love that a lot, a few years ago, for my birthday, she gave me this. This is my only copy of Frankenstein. I got it from Collette, and I absolutely love Frankenstein. It's one of my favorite, like, OG monsters, and I was very excited. It also identifies as 629 SAT vocabulary words, which is not something I needed. But it was very muchly fun to do that while reading Frankenstein.
Your most expensive books?
My most expensive books are my collection of Shel Silverstein books. I got all of these together, and I got them at like a garage sale or something, but they were still super expensive for absolutely no reason, because they're all different editions. But I absolutely love Shel Silverstein. I love his poems, and I like having just a lot of them. I love having a collection of them.
Last read book.
Right, the last book I read was Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. This is an absolutely adorable, very queer romance novel between the theoretical son of the President of the United States and the Prince of England. It was a very fun read. It's very cute. I've marked it. I think it's a good read, but it's the last thing I read, so. Complete series, I, like Collette, have a multitude of series. I have Cassandra Clare books. I have Twilight. I have Throne of Glass. My grandma has the last 3 right now because she's reading them. I have Court of Thorns and Roses. I got Legend. I got Percy Jackson. I got Rick Riordan. I got so many series. I got all the series.
Newest edition.
My newest addition to the bookshelf is the only Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas. It's a wonderful book. There's either a video coming on this book or there's already a video on this book. We love this book. We love Sarah J. Maas, but this is definitely my newest addition to the shelf.
Oldest book on your shelf.
The oldest book on my shelf, without a doubt, is Percy Jackson's The Lightning Thief. I actually got them as a box set, so it would be all 5 of them. But this is the first one, The Lightning Thief. It's a classic to me. It's not actually a classic. But I think it's a good read. I thought it was cute. This is definitely one of the first books that I ever got, so.
Your most precious book.
My most precious books are books that Collette also looks confused to see, but they are my collection of button poetry, slam poetry books. These are my 3 favorite poets that do more of like a slam type poetry, but it's Sabrina Benham's Depression and Other Magic Tricks, which has some of my favorite poems that I have ever read. It's New American Best Friend by Olivia Gatwood, and Date and Time by Phil Kay. I love these books. Colette's never seen them and looks very confused.
I don't know where these came from, and I have helped her reorganize her bookshelf many a times.
These are my most precious books. I absolutely love poetry, and these are my favorite slam poets, so.
Most beat up book.
My most beat up book, as I mentioned earlier, is my original copy of The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Not only do I have tabs in it, I have lent it to people who have like dog-eared the pages, I have highlighted, I have underlined. It looks kind of like I've thrown it at a wall a couple hundred times.
I think you have.
But if you actually compare it to my new copy of Perks, that's a different color, and that's also a different color. So it's definitely more beat up than it should be.
Most pristine book.
One of my most pristine books is a book that I have many copies of because, like Collette, I also own many copies of many books. And one of the books that I own many copies of is The Hunger Games. This is my special edition of The Hunger Games. I got this from a coworker last summer during our Christmas in July Secret Santa swap, and I absolutely love it. I don't let anyone touch it. I don't like people to be near it for too long. I absolutely love this book, and I think it is the most pristine book I have in that it doesn't look like I've thrown it at a wall 100 times.
Doesn't belong to you.
The books that do not belong to me technically are my Harry Potter books. Specifically, the first one. I actually have my own set of the Harry Potter books that I got for Christmas a couple years ago. That's the like box set that has the spine that like is Hogwarts. But I also have a fair number of my parents' Harry Potter books. Definitely this one, which we've lost the sleeve to. So it's not mine. Maybe my parents have the sleeve and I should ask.
Favorite color?
Ooh, okay. A book in my favorite color is also one of my favorite books, but it is this copy of Carry On. I have a multitude of copies of Carry On. But this one has this beautiful light blue color. It's also kind of the color of my wall, as you can see. And Carry On is such a beautiful book that I had to pick the blue Carry On to be my favorite color book.
Book that's on your shelf the longest?
The book that's been on my shelf the longest is actually one that my mom gave me when I got my bookshelf. When I got my bookshelf, my mom gave me a bunch of her books from high school. And the first one I put on my shelf is this copy of Moby Dick, where if you actually look very closely, and I get it to focus, she has written in ballpoint pen Pink Floyd Rules and The Wall. So in case you needed to know, The Wall I believe is a band from some point in time, and Pink Floyd Rules, according to my mother. but this is the first book that I ever put on my bookshelf because I thought it was so funny.
Your first read.
Alright, one of the first reads that I ever did read is Percy Jackson. I love the Percy Jackson books. I was a big mythology kid. You know that kid. You know that kid. I was that kid. And I absolutely loved the Percy Jackson series. I loved the follow-up series. I loved the other mythology seasons, but the first one that I read was The Lightning Thief.
Your signed books.
I have a couple of signed books that are in my possession. As I mentioned in our introduction, I met Rainbow Rowell earlier this year when she came and did a signing at a bookstore near my college campus. And one of my favorite Rainbow Rowell books of all time is An Eleanor Park. And so of course, I got Rainbow Rowell to sign Eleanor Park. She wrote my name, she put a little heart over the and so it says Eleanor Loves Park. I just really love that. And I also ordered What If It's Us. I got a signed first edition of this book, and it was actually signed by both of the authors of this book. It was signed by Becky Albertalli, which I'm not sure if I'm saying correct, so I am sorry, and Adam Silvera, and they both signed it. I thought that was a cute one, and this is a very cute, also queer romance, so was very excited to get that. And yeah, that's my half of the bookshelf tag, so very excited to do that. Very excited for the future of my bookshelf. I'm sure it will get larger. No doubt about that. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this video. Follow us on social media, the links will be down below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Bye!
So, as once again, I am Collette. I'm Sam.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's her pride and joy.
It is my pride and joy.
But
I can't talk today.
no.
That would be... That...
Abraxas, calm down.
Abraxas, chill. It's my beard jacket.
Don't complain about my tux burner, that's tough. The exclamation point there because I told her you couldn't be there because you had an orgo lab test and she went, ew. It's what all one needs, a collection of books with this man's terrifying face on the back. Wait, where will we read it again? Throwing Deadpool. No, my other poetry books. Why, Hamilton? What's going on, my man? Book's not funny. The writing is funny. Moby Dick's a serious book. Just for record.
The camera stayed recording the entire time. Woo!